AITA for asking my mother for help when I found out I was being made homeless. So I discovered the property I rent has been sold and the new landlord wants us out. The old landlord did not tell us the property was for sale or that it had been sold. We found out the hard way when a surveyor let themselves in to check the property a few days ago. We began moving things into storage, but in the meantime I reached out to my mom to ask if I could stay with her for a couple weeks until we found somewhere else to move into. Her words were, "No, I'd rather see you homeless than have you move back in with me." It's fine that she doesn't ever want me back there, so I asked if I could at least store a couple boxes of my valuables there in the meantime. This seemed to open a whole can of worms. She began berating me, saying how all I do is use her like everybody else and how I don't love or care about her. I apologized and said I would just ask a friend to watch my stuff, no big deal. She then began saying how I was getting her down by the fact I was going to be homeless and I only had myself to blame, but how I also didn't think about how this would impact her. She said it was upsetting and shameful to hear that her only child was going to be homeless. She was crying and saying how I never think about her or how she feels and I'm only out to use her. What's annoying is when I lived with her I paid for everything. I paid all her bills and bought her a new and expensive oven when hers broke, only for her to sell it and buy a cheaper one with the money. I bought her food shopping too and paid her petrol for her car. These were the terms I had to abide by to be able to live with her. If I did not buy food or pay the bills I would starve. We lived quite rurally, so there wasn't anywhere else I could go. When I got my own place in town she would frequently turn up and dump all her stuff here while she went out to meet friends. I just feel like I am somehow a terrible person and really don't want to talk to her again if I make her feel that awful.